I'm in my new automobile. I'm cleaning it. I just purchased a phone. Here it goes. A phone holder, you know? Yeah, not too bad. Turn around. Pretty big. It's an SUV. Chevy Equinox. 2012. My brother Joe. Hold on a second. Let me put this here for now. My brother Joe last week was like, I'm selling my car. We bought a new car. Do you want it? And I said, how much? $1,500. I said, absolutely. Can't beat that. Trying to fix the thing so it's adjusted correctly. This also comes back. I don't have to be so close. Does it? Oh, it goes out. Put it back. Yeah. Wow, I'm in good shape. A little heavy. My job is keeping me physically fit. 51 years old. Still got all my hair. It's a little gray, but whatever. And it was dirty, you know. My brother didn't really clean it, so I'm cleaning it now. I'm happy about it. I just put the registration sticker in the window. It looks a hell of a lot better. I think I'm done for today anyway. I'll let the place detail it. Two people. I wish it would tell you who the people are. Okay, that's that. And you go back. Okay. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Okay. How do I see it? How do I see the chat? How do I see the chat? Somebody type something. I see two of you there. Or not. Done. Cleaned it a little bit. Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna stop here. I just wanted to get the thing on. It's too much. Look how much I'm going through so much shit. I'll let them detail it. It's my nephew. Facebook. I mean YouTube. What are you doing? Yeah, I left room for the inspection. Goes I looked at the other cars. It looks like it's to the right of it, left of it, whatever. Yeah, I used the Lysol wipes. I didn't know if that was bad on here. Yeah. Armor all, right? Armor all on this? Armor all on this? I think it's armor all. Would you ask? Yeah. Steering wheel, clean the steering wheel. Any like fingers and stuff. This was disgusting. This was all disgusting in here. And that's it. I'm gonna go up and take rest a little bit. I'm tired. No, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna stop doing that for a little while. I want to try and work on making a track. I'm gonna really open up the program and well, I got to do it. I got to do what what makes me happy, right? There's other DJs they could listen to. I'm not that good. Now there's 6 people watching. Please, somebody type. I want to see. I'm trying to find out how I can see the live chat. I don't know like where the button is for it. I'm hitting all the buttons and it's nothing. Yeah, it moves. All right. No, I'm seeing when you get back. Where you going for the tire? All right. Be careful. Where is the live chat? Retouch is off. Retouch is on. Highlights saved to your channel. Oh, 5 minutes of the stream. Where's the chat? Be the first. Showing support. Try sending a live chat or a super chat. No, I don't know. I guess not. An iPhone 16 Pro. All right, that's enough out of me. What I will do is I'll go live, and then when I'm trying to make a track on Ableton, but it's not going to sound good. It's going to be me looking for sounds and experimenting with all of the program. I don't even know how to use it. I have to like figure it out. Um, yeah, but I will figure it out one way or another. That's a fact. All right, so I'll see you later. Maybe and then I'll play after that or something. I'm not too tired. I'm tired as it is. Oh, there it goes. There he goes. What's up, Steve? My moderator. I didn't know how to get the chat, but I guess it's automatic. I'm about to get off this thing. I'm gonna go back upstairs. My neighborhood where I grew up. I live in like a residential area. I'm good. Just cleaning my car. I just bought a car last week and it was filthy, so I wanted to clean it. Put the registration sticker in the window. The brackets coming today from Amazon so that I can put the license plate on the front. That's garbage. Garbage just comes with me. I'll leave this in the car in case I want to use it for that. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm in the Bronx, neighborhood called Morris Park. Growing up here was a predominantly Italian, Irish, German, Jewish, a white neighborhood. Call it what it is, what it was. Then all of my friends and family moved up north because the neighborhood started to change. It started to turn like where Spanish and black moved in, and of course the whites are gonna move. I didn't move. I stay. I don't care. It don't bother me. I love all people, but call it what it is. People were racist or whatever, and they left. They didn't want to live with the blacks and the Spanish, so they call it the white flight. Racism is real, but I didn't make it up, but it exists. So the shitty thing, I remember my dad's. I'd be a little kid sitting at the kitchen table, and he'd be like, "Oh, these friggin' whatever are moving in," and he's like, "I'm not moving." He said, I'll sit in the corner with a thing and kill every last one of them before I move." But he grew up in the '50s when it was like really racist. People don't know. People are ignorant, and I think I don't. I think the reason why I'm not racist because I grew up in the '80s, so it was like things started to change where we would. My best friend Paul Keys was black in my class in grammar school, so I love all people. Milana was Spanish, right? Dominican, didn't speak English, and she was the love of my life. So, um, yeah, whatever. I was on 139th between Wills and Brook. Well, Willis. Oh, okay, that's in the Bronx. Oh, you lived on 43rd in Astoria. You had an apartment in Mott Haven. Yeah, that's Mott Haven. That's the fucking rough area. I do understand that that's becoming gentrified though, and it's changing. It's turning like into a mixed area, like nice and good and bad. Mott Haven for the last 10 years now. Everywhere, everywhere, the whole city. Parts of Red Hook where you couldn't go in the '80s without you couldn't go there at nighttime. You were getting robbed no matter what. You were getting robbed, and now it's a nicer place to live. I didn't sleep good. I'm tired. I couldn't even play if I wanted to. I can't when I'm tired. So you need to get a vibe, right? Going and house is a feeling. So if I'm not, let me keep it on me. If I'm tired, I can't get the vibe. I can't get the feeling going. Like, you have to literally feel the track going into the next one for it to like flow. And I was telling what Justin, because I mean, I got friendly with Justin over the last year. Justin Strider. He's in the chat the last couple of days. He hasn't been because he was busy before that, but he came back and I get more music than so I'm always looking for music in my free time, and I follow all these other big DJs that I love on social media, and they're playing all over the country right now. They're touring. They're playing all over the world. Some of them. I'll find classics that because they know, right? These the Dennis Ferreira, Louis Vega, Denny David Morales, Joe Clausell, all the greats. They know classics I've never even heard. So I learned a lot today that I didn't even know from all these years, even collecting music all these years. There's a lot of classics I never got, and it's nice because they're awesome. Some of the gospel vocals and stuff like that I've been playing, I got recently from following the big guys. And hello, how you feeling? Right here. Yeah, I got a car. Yeah, I guess no more. Well, I bought a bike too, so but not as much. I know. See you later. Um, my neighbor, she doesn't like me on the e-bike. She's worried. I crashed. I almost died. I was doing 40 miles an hour and I was flying over the handlebars. Larry Levan, right. So I guess it was his birthday this week. So there's a lot of videos of Larry Levan talking and interviews. And one of the things he said that really I got my attention was he said, I think the problem with these newer DJs, and this is back then, he's saying this in the 80s, maybe in the 90s. He says, I think the problem with these newer DJs that the older DJs didn't do is that they're not, that the older DJs used to do, is that they're not learning about the equipment they're using, like the mixer and how the sound goes from the vinyl record to the speaker. And because that's a process. And if you learn about that, you're actually learning about sound engineering. And if you could, the more you understand that, the more you'll be able to control the sound. And he was so amazing at controlling the sound that Richard Long built the sound system at Paradise Garage, and Larry Levan was the talent behind it. And it's one of the things about Jonathan Peters that I really respected, that he was always on the cutting edge of this technology. He was like the first that I knew that went from vinyl to CDs and then from CDs to Ableton. And yep, yep. And he would even like walk out of the booth and move the speakers if he didn't sound good, and he was incredible. Yeah, thanks. I figured let me come on here and chat a little bit, show you a little different side of me. Um he he wasn't I always heard that he couldn't mix. Like, you know how I'm mixing the records together and it blends well? Not always, but for the most part, he couldn't. And I know why that is. And I said it last night if you were listening, if you were there. Those old records, I don't know if they were done with like a band, and it was recorded with a band doing the bass kick, with an actual bass kick drum, like a drummer doing it, instead of like a program like, Pro Tools or Logic Acid Pro, where the computer would line up the grid perfectly, boom, boom, and keep that BPM steady. because the BPM fluctuates. When I'm looking at the older tracks from the early '80s on my mixer, it'll go from like 126, then it'll drop down to 125 and jump back up to 127 and drop back down to 124. It's not constant. So I don't know how these DJs, like Louis Vega was amazing even then with mixing. I guess you got to hold the record and slow it down with your finger, right? And then speed it up a little bit. That's a lot of work, man. You're a fucking awesome dude, bro. Thank you for saying that. Don't worry about the typos. I can read it. You're too kind. Thank you. Yeah, I went through a lot, man. Lost this girl. But I'm starting to understand that, you know, um, how do I say it? Acceptance is key in anything in life. Right? Naturally, the day I found out she died, I was horrified. I'm on the phone with her daughter, and her daughter told me. So after that, I was afraid to hang up the phone because I didn't know what to do. So I'm at a restaurant. My family's all there. They come. I came in and I said, "Yo, Wanna died. Wanna passed away." Oh my God, no, no, my God. They're all grabbing me, hugging me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So after that, couldn't stay in the party. I was scared. I was scared for my life. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Everything I knew for the last 4 years was just like gone, and it was not coming back because I understood that she died. It all happened real like all of a sudden, unexpected, shocking. And then I'm at the same exact time, I'm faced with like, how do I go on? But the good thing, because at the same time as all of that, which I didn't even know at the time, is that in those 4 years, because I met her when I got clean. So when I met her, I was still like this broken man, like trying to put his life back together. And I didn't have no business being in a relationship because I was supposed to be in recovery fixing myself first. One of the rules when you go into recovery, and it's a very good rule, is to not get into a relationship for at least 5 years. Because for the last 20 years, I'm shooting heroin and cocaine and I'm homeless and I'm destroyed. So now I got no business for the first year looking at a woman. I need to be looking at myself, doing the step work, doing all the things to get myself better. And then because 5 years after using for 20 is not a long time on the grand scheme of it all. I knew people for 10 years clean who didn't feel like they were ready to get into a relationship because they still didn't feel. So I just met her and she's showing me love, like kindness right off the bat. So I'm like, I'm doing it, whether I went against what the program told me. And I'm glad I did. But it was difficult because I was insecure and all this stuff, and we clashed a lot in the beginning, and I had to learn to like I had to physically like when I would do my insecure bullshit and give it to her, she was like, nah. She didn't even understand insecurity. She was a secure woman, came here from another country, got her life together and her family all by herself. So she didn't understand that insecure stuff. So she was like, you're a good guy, you're an amazing guy, you have a big heart, but I can't do that. So I said, no, no, I'll stop. I'm sorry, I'm not reading the chat because I'm explaining. So I said, I'll stop. I'll change. I told her. And then, like, it wasn't long before I pulled my insecure stuff again, and we would break up, and I would come back. Listen, I'm sorry again. Please give me another chance. I think she gave me like three chances that first year. And then, because I didn't want to lose her, that last chance, I remember, like, so she didn't call me or something because she was tired. And that's when I would give it to her. I'd be like, "How could you not call me when you got home from work to say goodnight? It takes 5 seconds to text me, you know?" And I would yell at her. And she didn't like that because her husbands in the past yelled at her and shit, and she was like abused like that. So the fourth time, like in the second year, I wouldn't call her if I felt like that. I'd call one of my other friends in the fellowship and like and the Alcoholics Anonymous thing, and I would be like, "Yeah, listen, I feel like, yeah, I get, she didn't call me again, and I'm fucking bugging out." And they'd be like, "Don't do it because you're gonna lose her. You know, she's tired. Understand? She worked 12 hours. Come on, give her a break. Stop being insecure. Grow up." And I would do that all the second year, and I physically changed myself. I learned how to stop being insecure. And then, after a little bit of time, I didn't even care if she didn't call me anymore, because now I understand I'm not insecure. She's not calling me because she's mean, because she's tired, and it's not a big deal, and so the last 2 years was smoother, and I got better. She taught me how to get better. She put me back together. She took that broken man and put him all back together. And I think that's that. So now I think that that's her purpose. That was her purpose. She wasn't meant to be with me for the rest of my life, like I thought, because I thought we were going to be together for the rest of our life. I thought I found this woman. She's amazing. Wow, I'm 40 something years old. She's the same, a little older than me, and that was it. I found the one. I'm done with my addiction. I'm done with all that bullshit. Now this is what my life is going to be. So when she died, I was like, damn, man, come on, man. How am I going to go on? I'm supposed to be with her. Now what am I going to do? I don't want to be with nobody else. I love her. She was the most important, significant thing that ever happened. So now it's 3 years later, and yes, I miss her, but I learned to live a life without her, and I accept that she wasn't meant to be with me for the rest of my life. She came to my life. God put her in my life, I think, to put me back together, and I'm meant to be with someone else, obviously, because she's not here. So uh, I'm grateful for that. I wasn't always this amazing person. Yeah, exactly. You just said. I just read that. She was what I needed at that time. Yep. I wasn't always this awesome person. I was a nasty, strung out, miserable person, drug addict who couldn't stop because I just didn't love myself enough to, or I didn't have a reason to. And when it got so bad and I ended up on the subway, I was able to say, I'm sleeping on the subway now. Regular guy, come from a nice home, family all my life. Now I'm 30 something years old and I'm homeless on the subway, sleeping on the train with the rest of the homeless people. And I was like, whoa, you got to stop. This is that, like, that was it. That was all I needed. That first night on the train, I woke up the next day. I called the drug treatment. I said, "Listen, I need a bed. You have a bed for me?" "No, we don't have any beds." "Yeah, but I'm homeless." "Yeah, so does 10 other people that called before you. Give us your number and we'll call you when we have a bed." I was like, "Okay." I hung up. I stayed on the train again the second night. I stayed on the train the third night. I think I went to a shelter the fourth night. That was really bad. There was like blood gang members in there trying to rob me and shit. I seen people get cut in the face and in Brooklyn, places I've never even been to. And I'm just wandering the streets of New York City. I'm eating out of churches, at soup kitchens in the churches with the other homeless online, with the homeless people. And I'm like, with a school bag, with no clothes, nowhere to shower, nowhere to live, nobody with me, all by myself, man, in 2016. And then finally, after like the fifth day, it's December 20. Christmas went by, the holidays. It's December 28th. The phone rings. I had a government Obama phone. Um, the phone rings. Steve Rita, yeah. We got a bet. If you get here by 12 o'clock, if you don't get here by 12 o'clock, you're gonna lose it. I said, I'll be there. I got on the train. I don't know where I was. I was somewhere in the city roaming around. Uh Getting high, looking for a way to get money to get high. And I got there in time and I never looked back. That was December 28th, 2016 was the last time I stuck a needle in my body, in my arm. But I was on methadone. So they had to bring me down off the methadone. I was on 185 milligrams of methadone. And this place that I went to was a methadone to abstinence program. It's called MTAR, methadone to abstinence recovery. And they took me off the methadone slowly so I wouldn't like feel the withdrawal over the course of 6 months. June 5th, 2017, I went to the window to get my methadone like I did every day, and they said, "No, Mr. Reedy, you completed the methadone uh, um, part of this program. You're completely drug free." So I've been completely drug free since June 5th of 2017. So June 5th of this year made 9 years. Wait, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. It made 8 years. And December of 6 months before that of 2016 was the last time I shot heroin. So I always say on December 28th, I'm clean, really. I was just on methadone. It just wasn't technically clean because I had methadone in my system. But I actually stopped doing drugs on um December 28th. And then I met her. No, then I get out of the place and I'm going to meetings for a year from 2017 to 2018. Somebody in the meetings got me a job in the hotel where I met her. And that's it. It's been absolutely beautiful ever since. I've been happy. I was in love with someone like I never was in love before. And, and then she died. But at least I had those 4 years of pure bliss, heaven, like heaven on earth with her. Except for the first year was rocky because I was insecure. But I knocked that out. I nipped that in the butt quick because I didn't want to lose her. And now I'm okay. I just miss her. But I'm really okay. So that's it. Yeah, thank you, man. It was easy. It was easy to do because it was like God did that. Put her in my life, and then I didn't. So it was like I didn't want to go back on the. I knew if I used, I was going back on the train, and that was horrible, horrific. So I didn't want to do that. And then I had her too. So it was a no brainer. Even when she died, I didn't think about going to get high. No, I came too far. I learned how to love myself. I won't do that. I love myself. I won't put myself in harm's way no more. I'll only do things to do better for me now. So now I'm gonna stop. I'm not happy that I can't make a track. I'm gonna stop the. That's it. I'm gonna have to put the DJing aside for a couple of weeks and really dive into the Ableton program and learn how to use it. Because then when I do it, and in 2 or 3 weeks, however long it takes me, and I make a track and it sounds awesome, I'll be able to play it. I'll be like, "Yo, this is what I made," and and then I'll know how to do it, and then I'll make tracks all the time. Before I know it, I'll get it signed from Defected Records or Nervous Records because I know somebody at Nervous, and he's just waiting for me to make it. He said, "You give it to me, and if it's good enough, I'll sign it." I would have to use this phone then because what I'm doing, it's the same amount of people for as when I go live on OBS on my computer. You mean overall views? What'd you say before that? Yeah, absolutely. Why is that? And I believe you, but why would it be more now? Like, so I'm going live on my iPhone through the YouTube app. When I'm at home upstairs, I'm right downstairs from my apartment. I go live through the OBS app on my computer, but it's linked up. This format gets more views. I know several DJs here. Okay, well then I'll show you. I'll do that. As a matter of fact, I'll do it now, and because I love that. Right? I want more views. That's the goal, right? I The view is not gonna be this, you're not gonna be able to see my equipment. You're just gonna be see me. Like, see how it's not a wide angle. Can I change that? I would have to put the camera back. So I go li I use an Insta360 camera. It has a 360-degree view. It's like a GoPro, but, it has a 300 so my camera's literally right next on top of my computer, and it sees like a fisheye. It sees my whole the thing that you see. Crystal clear, 8 K format. This you're looking at is right next to me too, but you don't see the wide angle. It's not a wide angle. So as a person who knows photography, this is a 50 millimeter lens, and the lens upstairs is a 20 millimeter. 20 millimeters of fisheye. Fisheye sees the entire view, 180 degrees. You could see my window from my one side of my apartment to my friggin' apartment, the apartment that goes to the door to open my door to go inside. That's a 180-degree view. This is a 50 millimeter. Your eye is a 50 millimeter. Like, what your eye sees like basically 50 millimeters. So I would have to back this camera all the way up, like behind, like in like the middle of my floor, capture the whole view, and then I would look far away. I tried it. I did that. I tried to do this. It's because I go live sometimes on TikTok through my phone, or you could see it's me. And I don't. I watch other DJs that do that, and you just see them, and you see their hands are down here and everything, and I don't like that. You see how I do different views and everything and different cameras. That's through OBS. OBS allows you to do that. The streaming software. What else does OBS do? Oh, and the sound. How would I get the sound through my phone? You would hear from the speakers into the speaker of the phone, the microphone of the phone, and you don't get that clarity crystal clear. So there's a couple of different reasons why I don't do that. Yeah, I don't like that. Even last night, I try to ignore that guy. See how he just kept overpowering everybody? And I don't want to block people. Check out what they do, these fucking people. Excuse my language. They'll flag me because I did that, and then I lose my channel. I get a strike. So I just don't say nothing. Even if I silence them, I just ignore them. It's best. I don't want no one flagging me, man. I'll just go live on here when I'm like, doing this kind of thing, my little talks and stuff. Yeah, maybe I was gonna do a channel about recovery because, when I was out there, I would look on YouTube for like people who got clean and how they did it. The person that's out there using that wants to get clean is looking for people who, for support like that. So I was gonna do that. I thought that would be a good idea. What am I doing here? See what happens. Hold on a second. There is a there is a it's called a give me a second. There is a audio interface that I have. It's like I forget the name of it. It's a little thing. It plugs into the phone and it comes out of the mixer and it will allow me to my AirPods are dying. It will allow me to allow the sound to go direct in my car. I'm really happy about it. I wish it was silver, but damn, this camera sucks. I'm all the way across the street on the sidewalk just so you could see the friggin' car. They should make a wider angle. I gotta clean these lenses. I can't see the headlights. They're not bright because they're old, 2012. Would have to take this off. Clean it. I gotta see how to do that. I gotta research it. Maybe that lens is better. A little bit wider. I gotta get something to eat. I'll show you now. Hold on, let's see if I have any mail. No, waiting on my bracket. All right. Yeah, pretty nice. $1,500. Really nice. I got the bike coming tomorrow. I got another e-bike. I'm gonna ride the e-bike to work on the nice days and take the car when it rains. All right, dude. This is what it would look like. That's my camera, right? So if I put this on top of my camera, that's what you would see. Me, my face in the disco ball, and a little bit of the mixer. I brought it down a little bit. I guess it would be okay. At least you saw the mixer. All right, we'll try that. And I'll plug in the audio interface so the sound is direct. It's that's stupid, Danny. I'll plug in the audio interface. It's not a big deal. It goes right out of the mixer from the out into the phone, and then the video is automatic because this is it. All right, already. I'll be back. Keep your notifications on. I will be back. Thank you. All right. Have a good day. Peace.